Good morning. Welcome to your Monday morning, early morning intuitive guidance. And that spun and spun and spun. And I'm like, okay, is this ever going to hook up? Here we are. Welcome to Monday. Glad you're here. So let's give it a minute for all of my practical rebels to pop in. And we have a card today from the Pilgrim Cards deck. Haven't seen that in a while. And as always, it's one of those cards that Austin Repath, interesting person. They start out like, okay, what is the point here? And then when you get to the end, it all comes together and it's like, oh, wow, cool. So I think that'll be our experience today. Oh, wow, cool. Good morning, Gwen. Good morning, Jonille. Yes, I was running late. So hope you're all off to a good start this morning. And let me think, what else do we have to talk about? Yesterday's Unity Collective was fabulous. Great weekend celebrating your mom for 90. Absolutely awesome. That is great. That is quite the milestone. And my dad and good morning, Abigail, glad you are here. My dad, who has dementia, when someone asks him, and the other day the eye doctor asked him how old he was, and he said 71. And the eye doctor says, it looks like from the math here, you're 91. And he goes, you're shitting me. So yeah, all we have to do is get dementia and then we get to drop 20 years off our life. Good morning, Beth. Glad you are here. Welcome. So he's very amiable about it though. He really, just kind of in awe that somewhere 20 years crept up on him that he didn't anticipate. So yeah, he's not really bothered by it. He's just sort of, So that is a good thing that he's not bothered by it. Good morning, Beth. Welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Glad you are here. And there's Nancy. Good morning. We've got a ton of practical rebels on today. This is good. This is good. We have a lovely, lovely card. I just, as always, think these cards are amazing. The descriptions, the prose. Good morning, Carolyn. Welcome. Glad you are here. Is just the word I'm going to say is luscious. It's just luscious. The descriptions of things, just, yeah. Good morning, Maureen. Welcome. Boy, we have a busy Monday. We're up to 8 people live. That's fabulous. That is fabulous. And if your name isn't rolling and I haven't said hi to you personally, welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Some of the platforms don't seem to feed into this, even though I say show comments on stage. So whatever, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. And what I hope for this particular card is that it adjusts your perspectives and allows you to look at things that you see today through different eyes, through different lenses, through different perspectives. So let us begin, though, with some tapping and some breath. And I feel like it would be good to do our reset first. So by the baby finger, just tapping that reset, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Letting your shoulders drop, wiggling your neck a little bit, listening to Rice Krispies in there, in through the nose, out through the mouth. I'm going to shift to the collarbone spots. Up to you if you want to join me. You can tap wherever feels right to you. In through the nose, out through the mouth. So, grab a hold of the box here. Pilgrim Cards, Austin Repath. Pilgrim in the sense of a seeker, someone searching for something, not Mayflower, okay? Austin Repath, he's out of Toronto, Canada. And these cards are just, yeah, I'll let you decide for yourself. Those of you who've heard these cards before know what kind of prose is in them. So this one's called Naked Beauty. Take a breath. Let it go. If you're able to close your eyes, not if you're driving, close your eyes. Makes it easier to listen with the intuitive part of yourself. The dark silhouettes of trees and the bare outline of hills remind you how austere the world is. You look ahead and see a road frozen and vacant. Overhead, the evening sky speaks to you of crushing mystery. Silence stretches over the land. Your mind, blunted by the sheer expanse of this denuded reality, cowers at the overwhelming emptiness of life. And again, right about here, you're going, where is he going with this? Hang with it, hang with it. Your heart, lost in a dreamless slumber, awaits another season. Awaits another season. Your soul, lingering beyond faith, hopes for its moment of truth. Stripped of belief and longing, you try to nourish yourself on the bare bones of this cold reality. This is not a season you would have chosen for yourself. And yet, seeing the world stripped of all illusion, you gasp in amazement, taken unaware by the sheer beauty of existence. Your soul cries out in joy. And think about, when does that happen for you? For me, oftentimes it's in nature. You're on a hiking trail, you go around a corner and a vista opens up. Or you're walking through the woods somewhere and come upon a magnificent tree. Or yesterday, it was being at the park and all of a sudden the deer showed up. And there were many, many, many little deer. So I'm thinking they were probably yearlings. No spots anymore, obviously, but just yearlings. And there were two that were bigger and looked like they had the potential to be pregnant. So cool. We'll be seeing some more fawns. And it's just like, wow, this is so amazing. This is so amazing. And the water was so high. And I'm thinking, I said to Diane, because we like to go sit there and watch the water, that I was hoping that that if they had their nests already and were sitting on them, that they weren't underwater. We shall see. It may be a much smaller flock. Flock would be better, of goslings and ducklings and the like, but we'll see. We'll see. So, where in your life do you need to look at it through different lenses? Where would it behoove you? Would it serve you well to look at your life through those perspectives of beauty? What is the beauty in this? I remember a friend of mine is greatly opposed to trapping. She views it as cruel. And there is often in that area a trapping convention, and they often are teaching kids to trap. And so they had stacks. I mean, it was winter, so they were all frozen, but they had stacks of dead animals out behind the building. And so she is a photographer. That is how she navigates the difficulties in life. She took it up in 2016 after the election when she was devastated and felt that behind the lens she could search for beauty in life because there didn't seem to be much at that point. Amazing photographer, amazing. She taught a couple of classes for me when I did some retreats and things, and just has an eye for finding beauty in the austere, in the denuded reality, in the overwhelming emptiness. She finds the beauty. So she took pictures of these stacks of dead animals looking for the beauty. I was amazed that, first of all, that she would even think of that idea, but the desire to look through a different lens, to be able to see something differently. And much was learned from that. Much was learned from that. So what about for you? What about for you today? What are the areas of life that feel like that austere world, that feel like that frozen and vacant land? Can you take some time to go see some beauty there? If it's an old memory, can you close your eyes, recreate the memory, and look for the beauty there? And some of you might be going, well, why would I want to do that? Remember, one of the hallmark things we're working on as we make this transition from how things used to be to how things are going to be is shifting our lenses to be able to see things differently. So practicing with anything and everything, including the things that in our old lenses don't look good, how can we see things differently? Can we see the potential in some of the things? Like I read, I can't remember which day I put that out there, but that idea that again, the old isn't working and it's breaking down. And if all we look at is the breakdown of the old systems, that's ugly and it's scary. If we look at that breakdown as the prelude to the new coming up, think about a wildfire going through a forest. There are certain trees that can only set their seed when a fire goes through. There are certain plants. I remember when there was a small fire in Upper Michigan, and a friend of mine who was a Forest Service person said, 3 years from now, there's going to be amazing blueberries here. Yeah, yeah. So let's keep looking for what are the things that will come out of this that may be beautiful. Let's put our heart and soul into the search for what's beautiful right now, even in all the upheaval. What's beautiful? What do we see that's beautiful? So, have an awesome day. This one's only 11 minutes long. I mean, the most recent ones where I was doing the book chapters, they were running like 30, 35 minutes long. So, yeah, we'll have a little one today. We'll get a little respite here. So, look for the naked beauty in life. If you're driving around today, if you're going to the grocery store today, really look for what's beautiful. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.